believe I've seen him speak before, and he's really good at it. He came all the way up from Bethel, fighting the traffic, just to give us some enjoyment with his speech this evening. I'd like to introduce Jeff, and his speech title is Illusion, and since he's not going to be evaluated, we don't have to go over the objectives. 5 to 7?
Yes.
Do you want to get timed?
Yeah, that would be
That'd
good.
probably be a great
And
idea.
and please move that the lectern out of
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce Jeff the Illusion. The Illusion, Jeff.
I've always had a dream of traveling to Africa, and in June of 2015, using rewards from one of my travel credit cards and after saving up some money, I booked a round-trip flight between New York City and Casablanca, Morocco in northern Africa. The trip was set to happen later that same year in December. Nothing, and I mean nothing, could have prepared me for what I was going to experience next. Raise your hand if you're ready to feel the warm and fuzzies about traveling the world. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guest, contest chair, and to anyone who has ever been on an adventure before, I urge you to embrace your own truth, not your illusions. Let me explain. First conversation happened with one of my coworkers. This is shortly after I booked the flight. She was a friend of mine. I popped into her office on a break. Told her I was going to Morocco. She said, "What? Jeff, are you serious? Morocco? If you go there, you will die." Word for word, she said, "If you go there, you will die." That's not good. I'm happy living. Next conversation happened later that same week, Friday evening. I was chatting with a friend, told him I was going to Morocco. He said, "Jeff, I just saw a news report about several people who got kidnapped in that part of the world. If you go to Morocco, you're going to get captured, and I'm not coming to save you." Wow. Both my coworker and friend were under the illusion that Casablanca was a den of thieves and no one ever came back alive. I respected their opinions, but didn't let it affect my travel plans. Those were a couple really quick examples, but they were representative of a larger pool of negative feedback I was getting from a lot of people in my life about this trip. But I did have one positive source of encouragement: my dad. My dad said, "Hey Jeff, I'm proud of you for doing your thing. Be safe, but have fun." Very helpful to hear that from my dad. Lo and behold, Christmas Eve 2015, I'm on that overnight flight, and I arrived the morning of Christmas Day in Casablanca. Beautiful city. Wonderful mix between the hustle and bustle of downtown and the majestic landscapes you'd expect from a more suburban destination. I explored a little bit during the day, grabbed a quick cup of coffee, but for most of the day, I was cooped up in my hotel room, fearful, because of that negative feedback I had gotten from others. I would have spent the entire evening in my hotel room if it wasn't for the fact that I was starving. I'd barely eaten all day, and the hotel was no longer offering room service after 10 p.m. It was almost midnight. I leave the hotel in search of food, my stomach growling. I take a left past the hotel, and up ahead I saw a gyro shop. Thought that would be a great place to grab a quick bite to eat. I vividly remember seeing, on the other side of the street, walking to the exact same gyro shop, a group of 4 guys. These were 4 guys you don't mess with. Chains on their jeans, dark beards, several of them wearing hoodies. I'm either going to get captured or killed. On top of that, they were also laughing very loudly amongst themselves, and I couldn't tell at all if they were laughing right at me or about something else entirely. In my experience, it's usually people laughing right at me. I couldn't take it anymore. My heart was racing uncontrollably. My fears were sky high. I turned around out of fear. But in that exact moment, I remember the encouragement from my dad to do my thing. And that was the only thing that stopped me from not going back to the hotel and instead to continue walking to the gyro shop. But I was fighting the fear with the encouragement from my dad. Walking to that gyro shop. The 4 guys seemed to mirror my every movement. I sped up, they sped up. I slowed down, they slowed down. Walking, 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 getting closer now, tension mounting, walking, 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 bam. One of the guys in the group very suddenly opened the door for me and politely gestured for me to walk in ahead of him. Incredible, totally unexpected. Despite my illusions, they were all friendly guys. I walked in the gyro shop, still had a general sense of uneasiness. Ordered the gyro, sat down at the table. By pure chance, sitting at the table next to me was a woman by the name of Ev Schmidt. She was really friendly. We spontaneously started chatting. She told me she's a life coach. She's a world traveler, originally from Vancouver, Canada, from this amazing city, now living abroad. And get this, she said, I'm from Toastmasters. I said, so am I. I've learned so much from them, and they're a part of the reason why I'm on this trip right now. We became good friends. Feeling the serendipity of the moment after we had a delicious meal and we were walking out of the gyro shop together, I decided to quote Humphrey Bogart's character Rick from the movie Casablanca. I said, Ev, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Ev turned to me with a big smile and she said, here's looking at you, kid. 6 months of fear, worry, and doubt culminated in a beautiful friendship. I'm still in touch with Ev to this day. In fact, she's one of my best friends. We Skype all the time. She came from her current home in Colombia, South America, back to her original home city of Vancouver, Canada, to see this very speech. She's sitting in the audience right now, over there. Incredible. The illusion is that the world is dangerous. But what I've found in my own experience is the world, for the most part, is very safe. Had I listened to all those illusions about Casablanca being a den of thieves, I never would have met Ev or had one of the best trips of my entire life. For every one negative event that happens in our world, there are millions, literally millions, of positive, loving events. But you'll never hear in the news of those loving events. You'll never hear about how I met Ev, because the media makes money from reporting on extremely negative, rare events. I'm not trying to get you to see the world as I do. I'm encouraging you to find your own truth by seeing past the illusions. We can choose to see the world through glasses of fear, or we can choose to see the world through glasses of love. I choose love every single time. The illusion is that we're separate from one another. The truth is, we're all one. Mr. Contest Chair.
Very nice job, thank you.
Yeah.